Moving on to the second on the programme, and race number 2 at Happy Valley is a Class 5 contest. We're down to the 1,200 metre trip here, headed by Compassion Star. Finds himself in Class 5 for the first time. After me, behind Pro Yeah, first up course and distance. Adonis was a winner over this trip on the opening day at Sha Tin. Young Empire should roll forward off an inside gate. Great victory, Class 5, first time for him. Rich City Fortune's got pace from a low gate as well. And Rockage for Francis Loy is first up since April. Alex Lai will ride from barrier 10. After me, Young Empire, great victory. Rich City Fortune and Victory March are the horses that have been at Chung Fa within the last month.
Pace of this should be decent. There are some options for pace. Rich City Fortune, Great Sun. Compassion Star's been forward in a few trials, and we know the racing club horse Young Empire is quite well rated and is a horse that possesses speed as well and has gate 1. So there's 4 already I've mentioned with some pace to their name, and that should create a decent tempo, at least for the first half.
Passion Star, as you mentioned, Andrew, down in Class 5 for the first time, goes nicely here. Hasn't been with Manfred Mann for too long either. He's only had a few starts for him. Barrier 11 looks a bit tricky, but the horse is fit and ready to run a race. You can see him in his track work here in the mornings. Young Empire, as Brent mentioned, he's a Class 3 winner, fresh before this horse, so he looks good. He looks real primed for this particular contest, and the horse is going really nicely down here in Class 5. And the next one we're going to look at is one of our old friends here, Association Fans. Plays up a lot, as we know, this horse. They're putting the cheek pieces back on him on race day, and it generally works pretty well. Here's a Class 4 winner.
Only his second run over this distance, his first run at the Valley at 1,200.
His wins have been over the 1650, haven't you? All right, that's Association Fans. Let's start off with Adonis, who was Douglas White's first ever winner as a trainer. The man on board that day, and is again Wednesday, is Regan Bayliss.
Regan Adonis, on the opening day of the season when he got to the races, he was a maiden from 20 starts here. You jump on for the first time, and away you went.
Yeah, you know, obviously got transferred to Douglas White, and the horse has been going super ever since, and obviously won first up and won with a bit of authority as well. It was quite a nice win, and this looks a nice race for him tomorrow night.
Did you think you could win that day?
Yeah, we were going in quietly confident. Douglas rides in track work every morning. I was just going off what he was saying, and it was all positive reports, and it's good that he was able to come to the races and capitalise on it.
He has 8 pounds more to carry, switches tracks from Sha Tin to Happy Valley. What's your line of thinking on those elements of the race?
Yeah, he doesn't lack size, the horse. He's a nice big type of horse, so obviously the weight, going up that much in weight isn't ideal, but I don't think it'll pose too much of a threat. He's drawn a lovely barrier in gate 5, and he has raced well at the Valley before, so if he can get a nice run in transit, I think he'd be hard to beat.
All right, that's Regan on Adonis. Seems to be a bit of confidence once more with him. Let's move on, though, to Compassion Star. So Compassion Star is first up this season, but it's the class drop. His wins have been over 1,400 metres in the past.
Yeah, first go in this grade. Zach Purton's won on him twice from 5 attempts. His trials working in have been good. He was suggesting at the end of last season he was close too, Paul.
Yeah, definitely. Just the barrier draw is the only query, but I've got him in the numbers. I think he's a well-rated horse. He's won twice in Class 4. He goes nice, and he looks really comfortable in this particular trial, doesn't he?
All right, so plenty of positives as far as Compassion Star is concerned. What about Great Sun, who put a couple of wins together through April last season?
He did, both at the Valley, won 1,000, won 1,200. Gone from Peter Ho to Paul O'Sullivan. Blinkers back on, outside gate. He can offset that with his natural pace. His trial leading in's been okay, and Matthew Poon knows him well.
Yeah, the key for him is to get across early, isn't it, I think, from that wide gate and go forward. So you'll know your fate, I think, quite early with it.
I think overall there's a bit to shuffle through in this race.
Well, the favourite at this stage is Young Empire off the inside gate, Joe Moreira. What are you thinking, though, Paul?
Yeah, I've got him on top. He's a Class 3 winner. He's one of 61 before, and that was a fresh-up run. He goes better fresh. Chris So's got that good record, so I've got him on top. Adonis looks a different horse now, as the Aussies say. He fair dinkum bolted in last start. Compassion Star in there for
You're
third.
finally coming good, Paul.
And Show Mission rubbing off on me, Brett. 4th. He's already had a run. I thought he was unlucky. That's why I've got him in, and he's a Class 5. He's comfortable in Class 5, like a flea on a dog's back.
Right, okay. You're really cutting loose now. 4, 5, 6, 3 for me. Look, Goughton of Garrow can often travel like a winner in his races, and sometimes he lets down more than not, he doesn't. But I just think into this class he's going to get a nice toe off the back of a good speed. I'll give him an each-way chance. Adonis, Young Empire. And after me, I thought he ran all right first up for Ricky Yu behind Prawn Yeah. He has done very little so far. He's the little value, 4, 5, 6 and 3.
Yeah, I've included After Me as well, but Compassion Star goes on top for me. $5.50 a place would be nice, wouldn't it? Doubt we'll get that come race time. All right, 2 races down, 6 up and Triple Trio kick off on race number 4 and 5. Race 3 is next for us.